All right, you guys, hello, welcome. So I was just skiing all day and wanted to give you a video that you could do after skiing all day, just to kind of stretch out the body to feel good, especially if, it's before bed even. So go ahead and start in child's pose. So knees out wide, hips over the heels as best as you can, and then reach the arms out forward. Let the head and the chest come down to the mat. And so I'm going to take my child's pose a little bit more restorative. Instead of having the hands out where my elbows are off the ground, I'm going to bring them back towards me so that my arms can settle, so that I can be here comfortably. And then drop the low belly. Start to take some really nice deep inhales and exhales in and out of the nose. Maybe in through the nose and out through the mouth if that feels good. Feel the grounding of this pose, the hands, the head connected. And then take it nice and slow. Start to walk your hands over towards the right side of the mat. The left hand's gonna follow. It might stack on top, it might be thumb to thumb, or if you're more flexible, pinky to pinky, then drop the head between. Stretch out the side body here. Noticing the breath and filling it up through the ribcage. And then walking the hands back through center and over to the left side. Same thing. The hands might stack. You might be thumb to thumb or pinky to pinky. Letting that right hip settle back so we find this nice side body stretch again. And then come back through center. Push into the hands so the hips and the chest lift, coming into tabletop. So I'm going to draw my wrists underneath my shoulders, scoop my knees in so they're in line with my hips, and start to drop the belly and lift the heart. And then as you exhale, rounding the spine, looking towards the stomach for your cat pose. Dropping the belly as you inhale for cow. And your breath is setting the pace here. So back and forth as you inhale and as you exhale, letting the head go along with the spine. And see if some other movement feels good here. Sometimes I like to take the head and the hips around in some circles. If I'm going to go into some circles, I'm going to go both directions. It might feel good to even stop or pause and side to side. Feeling the side body is arching through the spine and then side body opening. You can kind of play with the cat-cows a little bit, finding that sway. And really allowing the body to take over, not really caring what you look like here. And then find a neutral spine, so taking the sway out of the back. Use your inhale, start to reach your right leg up and bend into the knee as if you're gonna walk on the sky. So flex your foot. And then start to take some nice big hip circles in that right side. Starting in one direction, getting as much movement as you can, so really finding your range of motion here. As slow or as fast as you feel. And then go both ways. One more time, find a nice big circle. And then use the inhale, reach the leg back up. And as you exhale, step outside of your pinky. So coming into lizard, if your hips are a little bit tight today, this might be where you stay. This is a great pose. If you've got some more space, the hips might start to drop forward and down. And then I really enjoy rocking from left to right. Letting the hip drop over to the left, and then coming through center and over to the right, finding that movement through the hips. And I can do whatever I need to with this right foot to open up that hip more. So I might angle it out to the right, I might come onto the edge of it, whatever feels good. And if you ever have any not so good sensation, any pain in that back knee, you can take some pressure off of it by curling your toes under. Otherwise, if it's comfortable, leave that foot untucked. And then if I want to go a little bit deeper here, if it's easily accessible or if I have props, I'll start to move down to my forearms. Maybe I'll keep that rock going. Just depends how it feels. And then nice and gently, if I've gone to the forearms, I'll come back to the hands. Keep your foot out to the right, and then slowly pull the hips back. So I'm gonna keep a little bend in this right knee as I straighten my right leg, flexing my toes back towards my shin. Half splits here. Might be pretty sensational in the hamstring, so you can take an even bigger bend in the knee if that's the case. And you might wanna wiggle the foot left to right, back and forth, feeling out any sensation of the leg. If you need a bigger stretch for your IT band, you could drop the pinky toe edge over, keep that bend in the knee, and then walk the hands over to that side of the mat. Again, I want my pinky toe edge on the mat, keep that bend in the knee, and then for more sensation here, bend into the elbows, get closer to the leg. So wherever you are, start to come back through center. Bending into that front knee, bringing it back to meet the left, and moving into your cat-cows again, dropping the belly, lifting the heart. Exhale, you round into the spine, coming into your cat pose. Back and forth a few more times. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg up like you're gonna walk in the sky. Flex through your foot, and then start those big hip circles in one direction. As slow or as fast as you can. We want to use control here. Feel it out. And then go the opposite way. Use the inhale, bend the knee like you're gonna walk on the sky again, and exhale, step outside of the pinky. So again, we might be right here, and this is fine. If we've got a little bit more, the hips start to come forward and down. Maybe you start to rock. The wiggle from left to right feels really nice. Left toes might angle out. You might come onto the edge of the foot. You might keep it straight on. Feel it out. After a few breaths, if you want to take it down to the forearms, go for it. And it should be, if we're going down to the forearms, for a lack of better words, easy, right? We don't want it to be too intense coming down. And then if you've gone to the forearms, come back to the hands, pull the hips back, straighten out that left leg. Little bend behind the knee. Start to wiggle the foot, left to right. Exploring the sensation, feeling it out. And then maybe keeping the toes down, walking the hands over the leg, keeping the bend in that knee, and possibly moving the elbows to bend, getting closer to the leg to intensify the stretch. Maybe that's not needed. Maybe you're good right here. And then take your time. Hands back through center. Bring that left leg back, the knee comes down. Cat-cow, moving back and forth. And then knees out wide, hips over the heels, child's pose for 5 breaths. Drop the head, connect the body. Drop the low belly so you can fully breathe in and out here. After your 5th breath, start to push into the hands, working them back towards you. Bringing the knees together and setting up for a broken toe. So don't hate me for this one. It's really good if we've been in our boots all day long. We're gonna start with ankles together if possible, and you might take a block here. That's helpful. Move your little pinky toes out of the way so all 10 toes are curled under. A lot of sensation here. Okay, so the first thing always is that you're not trapped here. At any point, you could take some weight off, give the toes some relief. And also check in. If there's more weight in one foot than the other, try and balance it out through the hips. And then see if you could just relax a little. Sometimes it's nice to kind of fake this smile, so we tell the nervous system, it's okay, I'm doing this on purpose actually. I've heard it's good for my body, which it is, right? So we're stimulating some meridians in the toes, great for the subtle body. We're also working the fascia on the bottom of the feet, which also works all the way up the legs into the hips. Really good, stay with your breath. About 10 more seconds here. And if you do this every day, it gets easier, right? Just like anything else. If you don't do this ever, that's probably a lot. So a little bit of humor with it. And again, you're never trapped. So if you need to, take some weight off. And then use your next exhale. Hands will come down, uncurl your toes. I like to just curl them back under and place a little bit of pressure on them. I've seen some people like to kind of bang them out, whatever feels best for you. And then we'll stretch the ankles. So if it's okay on the knee joints, the heels or the hips come back over the heels, the hands come back behind you. And you'll start to lean back. And this might be enough. If you could go farther, the knees start to lift. If that feels good, you can stay here as long as you want. Otherwise, start to come forward. Let the hips come to one side, the legs come around. Setting up for a forward fold. So move the flesh out of the way here. Get right onto your sits bones. Keep that little bend behind your knees. And then as you inhale, reach the arms up. Use the exhale, find that length. Fold forward, drop the head. So it doesn't matter if I can grab my feet or not. My hands can come right down by my sides. I might hold the backs of my legs even. And then just the crown of my head's growing towards my toes. So it's not about touching the toes as much as it is finding the length through the spine. Use the inhale to come up. Scoot the hands behind you and then booty scoots forward. Make it onto your back. Bring the knees into the chest. Squeeze them. And then open your arms out to a T. Keep a bend in the knees. And drop the legs to the right side. Take your gaze to the left for supine twist. You could take the right hand and start to kind of rub the left leg through the IT band. See if that feels good. A little massage, a little self-touch. Softly release that right hand. Bring the knees through center. And start to drop them over to the left side, switching the gaze over the right shoulder for this supine twist. Left hand could come to the right leg and start to rub the IT band. Close the eyes here if you'd like. Body starts to wind down. I wonder if you guys can hear my dog Talini chewing her bone right now. It's lovely for this almost Shavasana feeling. And take it slow, come back through center. Knees come into the chest and then your version of happy baby. So you might be able to grab the outsides of the feet. You might take the insides of the feet, or my favorite is the elbows behind the knees and the middle fingers interlaced. Just a little rock from left to right. This one's more restorative than the other two, but wherever you want to go from that. If you're in the traditional happy baby and you want to straighten one leg and then the other, maybe take it a little bit into plow, that could be an option, or the soles of the feet together to touch. And then as you're ready, knees into the chest. Hug them towards you. Squeeze your body, big hug. Like to lift the head, give the knees a kiss. Lots of love for this amazing body. And then use your exhale. We'll take our Shavasana. The feet flop out. Palms face up. Thanking yourself for your efforts, for your practice. And if Shavasana legs is not comfortable for your low back, you can always take your feet out wide, your knees together to touch, and find your relaxation this way. to give yourself this gift of rest. You may take your Shavasana as long as you'd like, staying comfortable, feeling grounded. Whenever you're ready to come out of it, take a nice full body stretch. And bend into your knees as you exhale and roll over to your side. Use your arm as a pillow. And again, just thank your body, appreciate your efforts, appreciate yourself. And when you're ready, push up to a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands in front of your heart to close your practice. Wishing the benefits out to all beings everywhere. Bringing your thumbs to possibly meet your third eye and then bowing. Namaste. Thank you for tuning in. Take care.